Hello and welcome to another edition of Comic Book Business News. It is I, Josh Goldstein, on this date, um, 2/8/2/18. No, on this date, 5/18/22. So so here in the news on this date, we in the news we go over um there are many things still happening. We have um in we have the Ukraine wars and its almost 90th day and we have um and other things are happening. And like we have sale like we have today we have a review for what of and today when it's we have some um a, li- a little aside from the war in the Ukraine still continuing and the forces on the and Russian forces still looking to control eastern Ukraine and and with the Donbas Luhansk province of Ukraine still partially under Russian control, partially occupied since um, the breakaway where the breakaway movement um, is still under still the breakaway movement, Donetsk Luhansk People's Republic, working with the Russians against Ukrainian forces on under Zelensky, heroically fighting for their country. And the Russians looked poised to annex eastern Ukraine and add it to Crimea, which they seized from Ukraine, and and in at the end of the first Ukrainian war in 2014. The first Ukrainian war saw the Ukraine lose Crimea, and as a part of the post-war agreement, that was a little kind of like what is going on here, like because why is Crimea being having to join Russia? Does it want to join Russia? The referendum, in many ways, was a sham, but Crimea is traditionally the home of the Red Fleet, the Soviet fleet, and for many years was the home of the Soviet fleet and the Tsarist fleet before that. It's always been this important Black Sea. So it, traditionally there was a long like sea going tradition and a long naval tradition. So that region it would be partially popular but not completely, as since 1991 it has been the home of both the Ukrainian Navy and the Soviet Navy, which sort of rented, which and not in the Russian Navy, which the Russians often rented the port and rented usage of the port. So the first thing would be in in the 2014 war was he seized control of the port and the peninsula with the Russian forces. So this time around, he wants to, in this, he had this whole Nova Russia plan from 2014. So he wants to build this um big land corridor and carve it off and make it New Russia or Nova Russia. It's a stupid little plan. It'll it unfortunately he might get part of it. I don't know if you get to carve off Mariupol because that's how what would create the land corridor. I think though, I think the land corridor is will hey, maybe they're actually get it, but I would have to say because he looks like as much as we say he's losing, he's winning, and he has more troops than. But just not to sound like that guy, I'll say possibly you know, we're say maybe Mr. Putin, you don't want the price of that land corridor, which would be not. We want to keep Russia in as a member of the nations and the league, the realm the of the realm of a member of the community of the realm of nations and not isolate them and play stupid little games like we did during the Cold War. So we want we want that. We don't want Russia with a frozen economy or not being able to participate. So we want Russians having fun. We don't want. Plus, I don't think Putin wants a revolution or anything bad. So guess so. And I'm going to say on to the comic books in a minute, but I'll say one last thing. Happy Independence Day to the state of Israel. Happy Yom Hazarot. And a good 74 to you, my Israeli friends. Bavakasha, Yom Hazarot. So, and so, and again, so on to the comics. The first comic is Avengers. Avengers assemble. You got Avengers versus X-Men. This is Brian Michael Bendis writing and Walt Simonson does the pencils. We'll move past it and blarney about it later. Very good artwork by Walt Simonson. I don't want to discuss it. Oh, hey, if I comb my hair down, I'd look like I was younger. Hazelhurst did a little. Oh, is the correct term, Sal? I guess so. So I think the plot of this is something about the Red Hulk, which is Hulk's father-in-law or former father-in-law turns into a Hulk as well because Thunderbolt General Thunderbolt Ross was always a little tempered, hot tempered. So hey, my father-in-law turns into a raging Hulk too. I'm really, I really have like, holy crap, um, enough problems with my wife, I guess. I think that was something John Byrne, a pile of mud. Uh, John Byrne left Marvel from his long tenure as um, Hulk scribe. I am not a John Byrne fan. That was a Hulk too smart. You almost had the perfect Hulk. That was almost Bruce Banner happy, at peace, well balanced, and still hulking around. I mean, you wouldn't need to be the Hulk. The whole thing about the Hulk is he's a baby, he's angry. Right. Oh, the Phoenix Force. The Phoenix Force. Beast. You have Ms. Marvel, old Ms. Marvel. Attractive blonde. Walt Simonson Thor is a little more detailed. His one and it's a lot like George Perez's. And Ms. Marvel and Sif. So I would say you get the gist of it. If you can get it, it's a good book. I really do think you should read it. So I would say down, smell the pages, and I'll give you, I'll give this book uh, a dramatic 4 out of 5. It's a good book. You really should read it. So to finish up, I will say um, perhaps some advice f- to the people. Um, maybe you could um, maybe maybe just maybe ending the war in Ukraine would be a nice thing to do now. But I doubt we could, like, but because I think it will be a long war for Russia and a bad war for Russia. So learn from the mistakes of the past, Putin, because you know what happened in the Ukraine could happen to you. But so you might have a chocolate guy running the country next. So good night and good luck, or chess player.